Nick Bosa has been listed as questionable for this game. Didn't practice all week. Probably going to be a game time decision. Also, the Niners have a game on Thursday night, so that's more maybe reason for them to be cautious with Nick Bosa. Put him on a pitch count or not play him at all. That's the update with the Niners. What is the update with the Bucs in terms of injuries, and which ones are the most impactful for this game?
Yeah, so your number one tight end, Cam Brate, missed last week's game with what's being disclosed as an illness. He still has that illness designation, but he's been participating in practice. Expect to see him back on the field, so he'll be running around there with K-Dot and as well. Sean Murphy-Bunting, I think he's going to return to action. He missed the Saints game as well, but he's been practicing in a limited fashion. It does look like he's probably going to play. Vita Vea is listed, but he's going to play. I don't have any concerns there. Tristan Wirfs is out. Like, he's not. Jason Light actually recently said, the Bucs general manager, so that Vita or Tristan Wirfs may actually become a day-to-day guy sooner than most people really expected. But even if that's the case, we expected 4 to 6 weeks, not 2 weeks. So he's not going to go day-to-day this week, and he's certainly not going to play against the Niners. Antoine Winfield Jr. and Mike Edwards, the two safeties that missed practice all week last week and missed the Saints game, they missed practice all week this week. And that is the concern. I don't expect either of those guys to play. And that really kind of damages that versatility that I was just talking about with the Buccaneers defense. And that puts Logan Ryan and it puts Keanu Neal in starting roles where they're usually kind of playing those role player roles. And again, if Sean Murphy-Bunting can return, then that's great because that helps out Jamel Dean and Carlton Davis, the cornerbacks there, and gives them more experience, not just in the NFL, but also in the scheme, because you don't want to rely on Zion. But even with Logan out there, the veteran, who is a little bit limited in his knowledge here, and Keanu Neal, who is very, very limited as a safety, to be quite honest. He's a linebacker safety hybrid. There's really not a lot of coverage ability in there. So that's where you're going to see the limitation in Todd Bowles' defense if those things come to fruition as I expect them to.
Well, the Niners haven't been a team that really challenges safeties or teams on the back end of their defense through the air, at least. But Josh Wyatt has a question. How well does the Bucs back seven tackle in space? Because the Niners are the yards after the catch offense.
And that's exactly where the concern comes from. Because, even from a deep coverage standpoint, obviously you want to have guys, right? But Antoine Winfield Jr. is, if not the best safety in the National Football League, playing all three levels as a defender. I mean, he's one of them. He's got to be up there. I mean, of course, if you're watching the Bucs every week, you think that he is probably the best. But from around the league, I'll just say one of the best. And that's really the biggest loss here is Antoine Winfield Jr. But even Mike Edwards, to his benefit, he's definitely, I'd say, more of a kind of a box intermediate level type safety. But he's got some deep coverage ability. We've seen him make some plays in coverage, but he's also got a lot of range, and he's very smart in the angles that he takes. And that is where I get concerned with guys like Keanu Neal and even Sean Murphy-Bunting coming back from the injury. And Logan Ryan, he's just not as physical, right? So, I mean, he might be in the position, but he's not going to make every tackle by himself. He's going to need some help. So the Niners can get a block on some guys and free up some space, or if they can get Logan Ryan isolated, that may be a place where they can do some damage.